Hello, listeners, and welcome to Daily Current Affairs Updates 17th August 2022. This is your RJ Priyanka, and without any further delay, I take you to our first daily update, which belongs to the category of schemes and committees. SEBI constitutes a 15-member committee to attract foreign investment. To increase foreign investment into India, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, has formed an expert group of foreign portfolio investors, FPIs. The FPI Advisory Committee, FAC, will be chaired by former Chief Economic Advisor KV Subramaniam and will include 14 other members from foreign banks, stock exchanges, depositories, and the RBI. The FAC has been tasked with advising on issues relating to FPI investments and operations in financial markets, including measures to make it easier for FPIs to do business in India. Let's move further to our second daily update for today, which belongs to the category of banking. RBI imposes rupees 2.33 crore monetary penalty on Spandana Sphurti Financial. The RBI assessed the NBFC a financial penalty of rupees 2.33 crore. According to the RBI, its review of the risk assessment report, inspection reports, and supervisory letters revealed that the NBFC failed to follow the pricing of credit guidelines for NBFCs. The company was served with a notice, and after receiving its response, the RBI determined that the charge of non-compliance was substantiated and warranted the imposition of the monetary penalty. The RBI stated that the penalty was imposed in accordance with the provisions of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Let's move further to our third daily update for today, which belongs to the category of banking. Indian Bank received a rupees 32 lakh fine from the RBI. The RBI fined Indian Bank 32 lakh for failing to follow instructions on fraud classification and reporting. RBI conducted a statutory inspection for supervisory evaluation ISE of the bank based on its financial position as of March 31, 2019. The review of the risk assessment report, inspection report, and all related correspondence revealed that Indian Bank had violated certain provisions of the RBI, fraud classification and reporting by commercial banks and select FIs. Directions 2016. Let's move further to our fourth daily update for today, which belongs to the category of defense. Indian Army conducts Pan-India drill Skylight to test operational readiness. With China developing lethal weapons for space, cyberspace, and electronic warfare, the Army has carried out a major Pan-India exercise codenamed Skylight to test the operational readiness and robustness of its high-tech satellite communication systems in the event of an adversary attack. During the Skylight exercise, the Army activated all of its satellite communication assets from Ladakh to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, wargaming various technical and operational scenarios, including the disruption or destruction of terrestrial connectivity in a conflict. Let's move further to our fifth daily update for today, which belongs to the category of schemes and committees. Goa CM Pramod Sawant announced to implement 100% NEP in higher education. Pramod Sawant, the Chief Minister of Goa, stated that the Goa government will implement the National Education Policy NEP in all higher education institutions beginning with the next academic year. He also stated that the state government is working to improve manpower skills through agreements signed with various industry associations in the state. We have started working on the implementation of the national education policy in the state, an official release quoted Mr. Sawant as saying. Let's move further to our sixth daily update for today, which belongs to the category of banking. Federal Bank, first payment gateway to be listed on the new tax platform. Federal Bank of Kerala has become the first bank to list its payment gateway platform on the Income Tax Department's TIN 2.0 platform. The TIN 2.0 platform went live on July 1st this year, and the payment gateway has been enabled, giving taxpayers another payment option. They can now make payments with ease using modes such as credit or debit card, UPI, NEFT or RTGS, and internet banking. According to Harsh Dugar, Group President of Federal Bank, digital is being actively used as a key enabler of superior experience and transaction convenience. Let's move further to our 7th daily update, which belongs to the category of state. Indo-Israel Center of Excellence for Vegetables inaugurated. Through video conferencing, Union Minister of Agriculture Shri Narendra Singh Tomar laid the groundwork for the Indo-Israel Center of Excellence for Vegetables in Chandauli, Uttar Pradesh. Speaking on the occasion, Shri Tomar stated that the central and state governments are collaborating to improve agriculture. According to Shri Tomar, this center is the result of the state government's efforts. Its establishment will be critical to the district's development. It will also be a revolutionary step in the field of agriculture in the neighboring districts and districts of the Bihar border. Let's move further to our 8th daily update, which belongs to the category of awards. Puneeth Rajkumar to be conferred Karnataka Ratna posthumously. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai announced that Kannada film star Puneeth Rajkumar, who died last year, will be honored posthumously with the Karnataka Ratna Award on November 1st, which happens to be Kannada Rajyotsav, the state's formation day. He will be the state's 10th recipient of the highest civilian honor. The Chief Minister announced the award for the late actor in November last year at the Puneeth Naman, an event to honor Puneeth Rajkumar. Let's move forward to our 9th daily update, which belongs to the category of summits and conferences. 12th edition of Defence Expo to be held in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. The 12th edition of the Defence Expo, India's flagship exhibition on land, naval and homeland security systems, will be held in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, according to the Ministry of Defence. The event will take place from October 18 to October 22, 2022. This edition's theme is Path to Pride, which evokes nationalistic pride and encourages citizens to participate in nation building by establishing a capable indigenous defense industry. The exhibition is in line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of achieving self-reliance in defense and $5 billion in exports by 2025. Let's move further to the 10th and last daily update for today, which belongs to the category of agreement. Goa Police and Blockchain Network 5wire agree to work to build smart policing. Goa Police has announced a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with 5wire, a 5th generation blockchain network company, to go digital at its crime branch office in Ribandar. Nidhin Walsan, Indian Police Service IPS Superintendent of Police SP Crime, on behalf of Goa Police, and Prateek Gauri, founder and CEO 5wire, signed the MOU. The MOU aims to establish a public-private partnership between 5wire and Goa Police in order to implement a smart policing solution that will improve transparency and efficiency in policing. So with this daily update, we have now come to an end of today's Daily Current Affairs Update 17th August 2022. Please stay tuned for more learning. This is your RJ Priyanka signing off. Thank you.